What's going on, YouTube? I want to make a crypto video, honestly. I don't talk too much about crypto because, to be for real, I don't know that much about crypto. I know, I would say, more than the average person. I'm in it a little bit. Got out most of it, honestly, in December. But overall, I think we are almost, if not already there, at basically the top of the cycle that I only pay attention really to Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I think the entire crypto market, like I said, don't come at me if you're super deep in crypto and it's a little, you understand the altcoin cycle and all this shit. But generally, the market, I think we're getting near the top because shit's getting too crazy. I don't know if you heard about it, but basically last week Trump launched a meme coin, shit coin, whatever you want to call it, a made up digital asset that has no value, and that exploded basically overnight. And then he has his wife launch one, and this to me reminds me a lot of, like, I've been paying attention to crypto, I mean, maybe for like 6 or 7 years, something like that. This reminds me of like the NFT thing that we went through just a little while ago, a couple years ago. What was that, 2021, 2022, where that become like this big hot thing, and then right when everybody and their mom gets into it, that's when it's pretty much over. It sucks to say it, but like all this stuff, I think, is a lot of younger people get caught up in this kind of thing as like a get rich quick type scheme, however you want to call it. And like, full transparency, like I said, I've had Bitcoin. I sold all my Bitcoin. I don't have any anymore. I had like a fifth of a Bitcoin, so like 0.2 Bitcoin. And I have Ethereum, and I think I have Avalanche and Cardano, but like hundreds of dollars of Avalanche and Cardano. And then I got like $5 or $6 grand worth of Ethereum right now, and I had like $10,000 worth of Bitcoin is what I bought it for, and I sold it for like $21,000. So like basically double my money. So I'm not saying money can't be made, but I think people buy into these coins, especially stuff like this Trump coin, because it's like, oh, I bought in for $100 and it's worth $1 million now. Like, this isn't an investment. This isn't anything. Like, don't get it twisted. It's just gambling. Bitcoin, like I said, I understand its value, depending on who you're talking about, varies. It's limited in supply. It's the first crypto. It's the first in, best dressed. It's the most popular one. It has name recognition. People want to have it. That's what gives it its value. Ethereum, in my mind, I don't understand really at all. As far as I understand, it has an unlimited supply, and it's the network on which everything else is built on. So there's its value, I guess. I've heard it, what do they call it, digital oil or whatever, digital gasoline, like it's gas. So it's basically like a commodity that is used and burned, which is, okay, that all makes sense for this digital space. But I don't know. I remember seeing Ethereum at like 4K a token or whatever, and it hasn't hit that again. So I don't know if we'll ever get back there again, but I'm about that close from selling mine on that too, and just being like, fuck it, getting out of it. Like, I made some money on that as well, and just be done with it. Overall, I'd say maybe you can separate Bitcoin and Ethereum a little bit. Literally, so much of this other stuff is just gambling. Like I said, if you're a big crypto guy, you want to come at me about it, go ahead. That's fine. Leave in the comments. I'll at least read it and try to understand what you're saying. But this shit, like Trump coin, Doge, the Melania one, obviously, they come out with all these coins and they try to hype it up. It's like a social media campaign. It's bullshit. It's just gambling. Yes, there are some people that make money off of it. Are you probably going to make money off it? No. You're probably going to be the one stuck holding the bag, and the people who are in on it at the ground level are the only people that make money. It's just what it is. And I would advise people to just stay away from this kind of shit, because it's just really not worth it. I mean, you want to go blow a couple $100, like I said, if you take $100 to the casino or you take $100 and put it in Trump coin, there's no difference in my mind. It's literally just go for it. People can say whatever, all investing is a gamble at some level or whatever. It's just not it's not the same. This shit is just pure speculation. The people who own, like, the Trump coin, I'm sticking on that because that's the most recent one. is like the people that are inside of who made the coin, Trump himself and people around him, whatever, who had part in making it, have like 80% of the coin. They own it all basically, and it's locked up or whatever, so they can't sell it. But a small minority of people own it all, which is a similar problem I think with Bitcoin as well. Like there's people that were in on it way early that own tons of it versus people who trade the little bit left over. And this whole crypto market runs off hype. I mean, stock market definitely runs off hype too, but typically stock market, like Nvidia I guess would be a little outlier, but typically people don't get into the stock market thinking I'm gonna 100x my money in a week. That's not a thing that happens in the stock market really. Crypto, that's like pretty regular in the sense for like low, these weird one-off coins that come out. But the focus I want to get to really is this shit is almost over for the cycle, I think, because we're hitting, every time I feel like it comes around wherever all this attention starts getting paid to it, that's about max hype, peak hype that they can get into it. That's when all the money is flowing in. That's what drives the price up. And that's where it kind of tops out, it seems like. Like I said, this Trump coin has already went up to like 75 or 60, 68, $70, and now it's back at like 38. So it's like lost half of its value from the peak. So if you were somebody who bought in too late, and you might have just lost half your money over nothing. And eventually it'll go to zero because it has no purpose, no value. Like, what are we doing with it? There's no point. Once Trump's not president, and once he dies, like, it's going to go away eventually regardless. I think it'll go way sooner than that, but the problem is this: there's no value. There's no intrinsic value behind it. It's like our money that we hold in our hand. The value of the money is the full faith and credit of the United States government, which is a physical thing, so you can say that, blah blah. Bitcoin is claimed as digital gold because there's only so much of it, and you take energy to get it, to mine it. It costs energy, a real world resource. Stuff like that. Trump coin isn't nothing. They snapped. It appeared out of nowhere. There's nothing to it, and it's worth nothing, and it'll be worth nothing. And if you made money off of it, I'm happy for you. And if you were thinking about getting into it, I would say probably don't, because that's a good way to just, like I said, lose 50% of your money for no reason. If you want to blow 100 on it, trying to double your money, triple your money from here, whatever, go for it. But this isn't going to last for much longer, I don't think, personally. People claim all over the internet Bitcoin's going to 150, 200,000, $1 million. They claim that every single time the cycle tops off. I remember last time, which granted COVID, we topped off at like 69,000, and they were going for 100,000 then, and 150,000, and $1 million. That cycle, it's always more than it's ever gonna hit. It's just the exuberance and the expectations is what drives the price up, which is fine. I can appreciate it, but don't think you're investing when you buy these things. If you're buying crypto, be ready to lose it. You should. If you're buying stocks, you should be ready to lose it, because there is always that risk of losing your investment. Crypto is like 10 times the risk. It's way more volatile. It's a crazy thing. You got to have your emotions in check with this shit, because it's wild and it's fun and you can make a lot of money, but don't get it twisted. It's gambling. If you're watching this channel and you get into finance type things, there's no way you haven't heard about Bitcoin. I'm sure you heard about the Trump thing. In my mind, it's really just kind of disappointing that Trump would do this, because he's really just going to like rug pull a bunch of regular people. It's pretty fucked up. The Haktua bitch did it a little while ago, where she just rugged a bunch of her fans, basically, to release a coin, drive the price up, sell their supply, and make a couple $1 million and just dip. It's just shitty, honestly. I don't understand why you would do that, especially if your career is your public, like your persona is your career. You just trash your reputation over that, I guess, whatever. But that's all I really got, honestly. I think we're hitting too much hype. We're peaking at the top of the hype train. The hype train has crested the hill in my mind. I think it's almost over. I mean, Bitcoin might go a little higher here and there, maybe even 150,000. It might. Is it going to $1 million? I would be willing to stake a lot of money on that, even with Bitcoin National Reserve and whatever else they think they're going to do governmentally. I just don't think so. The optimism is, I can appreciate it. I appreciate the optimism. It's endearing that you would think that, but I don't know. You got to let me know what you think. Let me know, especially if you're big on the crypto stuff. Let me know how it's went for you. Like I said, I hope you're up big time. I hope the gamble has paid off. Hey, my gamble paid off, and I'm happy with it. I didn't want to be too greedy. I'll take what I can get. So, like I said, dislike it. Dislike the video if you didn't like it. Comment, leave something for me to read, get back at you. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.